Hey everyone, Fervid here, and welcome back to Reverse 1999 for a new character story. And before I get into this, I will say it's about Paper Heron. Now, I did say that when I completed the main event story of Spring's Unending, I will do this. And it took me quite a while since I was working on other projects of my other videos. I decided to do it now. And in today's video, I will be doing the story, Spring Comes Slowly. So let me read this real quick. We meet again in the new year, as May blossoms fade and apricot flowers bloom. Let the past drift away. On the wind, let it bring us spring. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to be, like always, do the story first, and then I'll do her survey. And hopefully, maybe, I'll pull. Because I remember last time, I tried pulling for her about 50 pulls. So, and I kind of stopped there just to build up my unit logs. So far I have 30. But I'm not going to use it yet because I want to, like, see what she does. And I want to see her ultimate arcane magic before I attempt this. So, let's go ahead and enter. So, like always, there are 8 chapters in the story. So, let's go ahead and do 1. A Taoist Awoken. The morning began with soothing silence, punctuated only by a soft, cool breeze. I also forgot to mention, we might figure out what past Paper Heron had to go through. Like, we all know for sure that she and her old White Horse sect that she was part with, fought the creature that lived underneath their country. I forgot the name already because it's hard to pronounce it. I mean, you gotta believe me, it's real hard to pronounce it. But until I see it again, it'll be very hard to pronounce it. Thank goodness. Okay. And soon after, the first rays of sunlight broke through in full, announcing the first gasp of spring. A young Taoist rests atop a leafy tree, feathered by the spring breeze and shaded by the leaves, slowly drifting towards sleep. Faint voices from below rouse her. She leans in to listen carefully.
Master.
Finch. Though drowsy from her rest, she leans closer still, trying to make out what the voices are saying, only to lose her balance and fall into the endless darkness. I finally got that one this time. I'm gonna get some drink. The sky above is a dull, pale gray. The first lunar month has just ended, and despite the melting of the ice and snow, the air feels colder than it should. The innkeeper slowly paces about the courtyard with her hands behind her back before deciding to rest in an empty chair. It's freezing. Why hasn't that boy thrown more wood on the fire? Where is that lout anyway? Didn't anyone teach you that there are rules out here? I don't care about your rules. I follow my own principles. Is it too much to ask for a single day where no one draws their weapon in my inn? The innkeeper sighs and slips away from her barely warm chair, moving deftly around the corridor to hide herself. Madam! I was wondering where you've gone off to. Avoiding your work, no doubt. This is hardly my fault. Besides, it's not as though we have any real customers today. Shh! Be quiet. They might hear you. All right. I'll just take a quick look to see what's happening. Oh my, that man has a knife in his hand, but the girl he's facing actually looks calm, relaxed even. Wait, that peculiar mule of hers seems familiar. It's Paper Heron. The innkeeper pulls the curious waiter back down and glares at him. What are you doing? Are you trying to get the both of us killed? Please don't break my tables and chairs. I only bought them this winter. Why must they start a fight just as we're closing for the night? A sudden yawn comes from a forgotten corner. Closing time already? The young Taoist in red lifts her head from her arms. A crease from her sleeve has left a faint mark on her cheek. She stands up and brushes off her clothes, but looks reluctant to leave.
But
I haven't finished my mung bean cakes. Forget about the cakes. You better find somewhere to hide. There's going to be a fight. Should it get out of hand, some innocent bystander may get hurt. And that's the last thing I need on my conscience. A fight? Where? I don't see any. Oh. At least you found something to say. What are you saying back down? Why are you sitting back down?
don't worry.
Because there's nothing to worry about. That girl knows her limits. She'll be careful. What about the angry-looking man? The man? Oh, he's certain to lose. So sleepy. This will take a while. Wake me when you close. What? This is no time for a nap. The Taoist gives a casual wave of her hand, her head already resting on the table once more. While the Taoist sleeps soundly, tensions run high near the gate. Even if they don't aspire to be a hero, a Taoist should never use their skills to cheat people. Ha! Who spoke any words of heroes? I won't let some irritating little bug lecture me. Come on, let's see what you're made of. It takes no strength to know right from wrong, and this is a wrong I cannot walk away from. Big talk, little bug. Let's go. The man pushed back a step into the courtyard, nearly topples before steadying himself. Bug's waiting. Come on. From his hiding spot, the waiter slaps a nearby wall in realization. I remember her. She was involved in that trouble at the pawn shop last month. Apparently, the pawnbroker Wang was pressuring a customer to sell their family heirloom. That girl happened to pass by, so she intervened to try and reason with him. After exchanging only a few words, it escalated into a full-blown fight. Oh, that girl. She showed up just before the Dushuo festival, if I'm not mistaken. I heard she was looking for the what was it again? Chi flows? Whether she found it or not, she's certainly causing a world of trouble. Neither pawnbroker Wang, talisman seller Li, nor the head of the armed escort Mr. Zhao could stand against her. The waiter counts out the names on his fingers, while the innkeeper shakes her head disapprovingly. She's certainly bitten off more than she could chew this time.
Oh no!
They're coming this way! Come, let's get out of here! You there, are you coming? She's asleep. The sleeping Taoist only shifts place in response, clearly more interested in staying where she is. As the fight draws closer, the innkeeper lets out a weary sigh, grabs her bumbling waiter by the collar, and rushes into the kitchen. Wait. So, you've got a few tricks up your sleeves after all. Not bad. If you return the money you swindled and swear to clean up your act, I'll let you go. Ha! And what makes you think I'll stay true to my word? That money is long gone, and I wouldn't be so confident if I were you. With a glance at the napping Taoist, the man's sneer twists into a malicious grin. He flicks his wrist, sending his knife flying towards her. Watch out! Gritting her teeth, she pivots and throws her longsword, sending it flying through the air and knocking the knife aside. She breathes a subtle sigh of relief. Cheap. The longsword clatters onto the ground, the sound almost lost in the man's bellowing laughter. With another sneer, he draws a second blade and brings it down in a heavy slash.
I don't think that's for the best.
No, yeah. I can't even say that fast. The blade stops mid-descent, its edge caught between a pair of fingers. And she was doing this while she's sleeping? White Chi coats the Taoist's fingertips. She turns and smiles at the stunned girl. Apologies for interrupting. I'm sure you can handle him yourself, but I just hate it when people don't play fair.
My cake!
I should have... No, my cake! Yeah, she swiftly brings her index and middle fingers together, tracing a sigil in the air. At once, the blade-knocked cake sails back onto the table. I mean, the 3-second rule, we all know. That was close. A Taoist? The man looks her over and notices the white jade sword at her side. So you had a powerful master waiting for me, did you? Powerful master? Who? Where? You're nothing but a fraud, despicable little bug. I know nothing of her. I really only came for the cakes. Trouble showed up, so I stepped in. Nothing more, nothing less.
But...
Now that you've stopped, perhaps we can talk this out like reasonable people. The man lashes out with another strike, harmlessly cutting through the air above the Taoist's head. Not a talker, I see.
冠气民宿，陈动开威。
Hopefully there's not a mini... There is a minigame. Paper Heron needs to control the flow of chi to transform the paper and complete the paper cutting. Oh no. First, drag from here and control the flow of chi along the line. Oh man, really? Oh no. I'm terrible at this. Oh no. I can't believe I'm actually moving this. I never thought... I'm terrible... Okay. In truth, I once tried drawing with my mouse. This is gonna suck. Like, this is really gonna suck. Alright. Okay. You know how this is gonna suck? Look how bad it is right here. Okay. It's bad. Okay. That in itself is bad. Please be it. Second tap here and use chi to cut out the details. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? My hand was shaking trying to cut that piece here. A red paper swallow flutters in the air, spins twice, and then comes to rest on the tip of the man's knife. Is that all you got? The paper swallow teeters on the spot.
Oh, my mistake.
Sorry, haven't done this for a while now.
What's wrong?
What's happening? The man only stares, dumbfounded, as the swallow snatches the knife by the hilt and flies off with it toward the gate. My knife! You two! Fine! You and your master win this round, little bug. But don't let me see you in Toontown again! Like you have to say.
Not to worry.
What a coincidence. I was planning on moving on anyway. Oh, he's gone. I wonder if he heard me. The Taoist sits back with a yawn and a lazy shake of her head, her eyes turning to the girl's mule. Your mule. Perhaps you'd like to tie it up? Oh, right. Wait. Is this how she got her mule? Gathering herself, the girl affectionately pats the mule's ear and ties it to a pillar. That was rather hairy. Thank you for dealing with that brute. My name is Pip. By the way, would my rescuer be so kind as to give me hers?
Think nothing of it.
You are very welcome, Pip. They call me Paper Heron. Or Heron. Lady Paper Heron. But just Heron will do. Alright, Heron.
Heron.
Heron. I had it right for a second. So sorry to have to disturb your rest. Please, allow me to prepare you with a meal. Oh, there's no need for that. I still have my cakes to work through. It would be remiss of me not to... Drop that! This is right... Drop that right this instant! A sheet of snow slides down from the inn's eaves. Ugh. A Paper Heron turns her gaze toward Pip's outbursts. The mule, somehow freed, eyes her slowly. Then, with a deft flick of its tongue, it swipes the last cake. Her cake. Did your mule just steal her cake? Yeah. I swear to you, I didn't tell him to do that. Right. Not to worry. So, you said something about buying me a meal? So happens the mule ate my meal. Weird as heck to use. Alright. Okay, so there's like more symbols here. Does that mean that the symbols on there are the paper cutouts I have to do? Oh my god. And look at that. That's gotta be the worst one. Chapter 2, The Mountain of Her Inner Memory. What am I saying? Of.
Heron.
Finch!
I thought you were due to be back tomorrow. So, what did you do with yourself while I was away?
Well...
Earl Finch. The only thing there is to do, recite texts, morning and evening, over and over. And Master Sign in the courtyard has nothing to do with you? Well, he asked me a question, and I answered honestly. Earl Finch lets out a resigned, knowing sigh. Answered honestly. And what that... Oh man, I had to yawn. I apologize for that yawn. I didn't get to mute myself right away. I could have done that, but... Oh. And what might that answer have been exactly? Yesterday, before the morning class, Master went into his long lecture as always, and then asked each of us about our plans for the future. Brother Leon... how do I say this? Young's aspirations are the same as always. He dreams of mastering the art of the blade. Wants to carry the White Horse's school name far and wide.
Well...
You can guess what Master said to that. Our school's sword is not a tool for violence.
What do you think, eh?
Not a bad impression, eh? Well, you would know how to do it. You are the one who puts that look on his face most often. Then Brother San stepped forward and said all who practice Taoism ought not to disrupt the natural flow of things, but rather tend to their own minds. The very idea passed down from Master Lu. You know the words. When one's mind is tranquil and free of distracting thoughts, all things between heaven and earth will become one with it. Master got so angry he did that thing where he paced back and forth with his hands clasped behind his back. Oh, what am I to do with you all?
Finch!
That's exactly what Master said. Paper Heron clears her throat and puts her hands behind her back. Your honesty is commendable. However, you have chosen now paths. One's lacking true vision or growth. Pearl Finch, your senior sister, however, possesses more expansive vision. You would do well to look to her as your role model. I was so happy for you hearing such praise that he caught me off guard when he suddenly asked me to share my own desires. You told him you want to go down the mountain and sell moonbeam cakes, didn't you? Yes, Wait, how did you know that? Brother Young greeted me with the news before I even stepped through the gate. Perhaps Paper Heron's stern senior finally smiles. If I recall, it was Taosu last time. Why the turn to moonbeam cakes? Well, Taosu are such tricky to make. I never get the crust crisp enough. Moonbeam cakes are far easier.
Heron.
Clearly you've thought this through. Of course I have. If spiritual development demands all our full focus, then I say daily life goes too. Master teaches that the way is in everything. Brother Young seeks it for in the sword, Brother Son in the mind. As for me, I'll look for it in my cakes. Perhaps we'll each find our way. No wonder Master is upset. One fights, one studies, and one dreams of running a cake shop. The White Horse School has soldiers, scholars, and even wanderers, yet none will answer its true calling. None will take up the duty of subduing Lanju. Yeah. That's not true. We still have you. Me.
That's right.
We all know Master favors you, and you're the one who's been seen to the school's affairs. It's only right that you inherit its legacy. Okay, I'm just wondering because I thought the text changed again.
Me?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But
Meh? Okay, she says that very slowly. I wanted to get this straight. Keeping Lanju subdued is our shared duty, a duty we all accept without hesitation. But when the day is done, we each have different gifts. She shakes her head and smiles, all her shoulders dropping as she decides not to finish her thought.
never mind.
So I brought some fresh taosu from town. I'm not certain they'll be to your liking, but Paper Heron's hand darts out, retrieving the taosu with masterful precision. She takes a bite, and her expression melts with satisfaction. Heavens above, this taste. Why do mine never taste like this? Well, this confirms things. For me, the way does not lie in taosu. It is only in Moonbeam cakes that I shall discover my path. Perhaps wait until you try some tomorrow before declaring your life's new mission.
Finch!
Tomorrow? What's so important about? Wait, do you plan to take me down the mountain? Not for fun. You've got some business to attend down there. Again, really good art.
In the future.
And only if you promise me one thing. If Master asks you what you desire, please stop telling him you want to sell paper cuttings or snacks. Alright, fine. I shall tell only you. He has high hopes for you. It hurts him to hear you say it. A ladle of hot oil splatters over the tofu, releasing the sharp aroma of spring onions and chili that hits the customers immediately. This tofu, is it supposed to have this white fuzz? Don't worry, miss. This is all Guangzhou specialty. Hairy tofu. You won't find it anywhere else. Hairy tofu? Does that exist? Oh, wow. It tastes incredible. Heron, you must try some... Yeah, sure, he sneezed. It's alright. Not too different from the tofu I've had before. You don't like it? Let's get you something else.
That's all right.
Don't you fret. I'm just being picky. No. I promised you a good meal. So a good meal you'll get. Excuse me, may I have...
But
You want more? But you've already ordered 8 dishes.
all right.
Oh, would you look at that? Pip glances at the full table and hesitates.
Heron,
It seems none of these dishes were to your liking, Heron. It's because she's immortal. Her senses are gone, right? Will you still help me? Paper Heron can't help but laugh. You've been generous to me despite my picky habits. It would be wrong of me not to. You mentioned something about Lanju, correct?
I think...
We're both Taoists, so you must know the story. The one about the one Zhou immortal who sealed the beast away.
Well...
Yes, I know it. And you want my help dealing with this beast, hey? That won't be an easy task. Pip is startled by her directness. Of course not. We don't have that kind of strength. What I wanted to ask was, are you familiar with chi stagnation?
About that...
In a manner of speaking, yes. Though I'm not certain we're thinking of the same thing. I've only heard my elders mention it, so please correct me if I'm wrong.
That's all right.
Go ahead. Tell me what they said. The beast was subdued, but its influence on Guangzhou remains, causing some places to suffer from a stagnation in the flow of qi. I was told the danger varies. Sometimes it's little more than a tremor. Sometimes it causes mountains to crumble and rivers to change their course. But no matter the scale, it cannot be ignored. Left to fester, even minor stagnation can spiral into a catastrophe.
Indeed.
Sounds about right to me. Though few possess this knowledge. Those touched by the Immortal's power are rare. The Immortal? Oh, you mean the Taoist who once subdued Guangzhou?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, about 200 years ago, one of my ancestors passed near Zhu County and was fortunate enough to receive guidance from that very same Immortal. Of course, we don't come close to their level of skill, but we can still discern a thing or two through the flow of qi.
200 years.
Has it really been that long? They say, for an immortal, a century is but a moment. Anyway, while I was passing through, I noticed signs of stagnant qi flow nearby, enough to tell me it could be serious. Would you help me investigate them? I swear, if you help me, I will come to your aid whenever you need it. I don't know if I'll be of much use to someone like you, but I'll do whatever I can.
Sure.
All right.
You mean
What?
to say...
You've agreed? Just like that? Paper Heron drums her fingers on the table.
That's right.
Well, you know what they say. Destiny brings people together. And it seems, in our own ways, we're both bound to that immortal. A rarer touch of destiny than most encounter in their lives, wouldn't you say? Now, am I gonna be making some paper? Yes, it is. Alright. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Try to do it fast. It's gonna be bad. Alright. Let me see if I can do it in one swift movement. Oh dear lordy, okay. Alright. I ran out of room. Yep, this is kind of boring for me. I could probably fast forward here. Maybe I can, maybe I won't. Oh, please let it get this right. Come on, baby. Alright, so here, there. Alright. People, guys. People. Alright. Portward bound. A cool evening spring breeze carries the scent of magnolia and the soft, damp breath of the river. As night falls, the bustling market street winds down, and a vendor carrying 2 baskets of unsold magnolia flowers slowly walks toward its end. Paper Heron leans on the windowsill, watching. She doesn't blink until the vendor disappears into the distant shadows. What's on your mind? I was thinking, every time I come down the mountain, there's so much that feels new. Like that play receiving longevity, that was my first time seeing a floating stage on the river. They were so far away, I could hardly see the person wielding the sword, but it must have been amazing. The cheers swelled like ocean waves. And the lanterns on the boats, they lit up the whole river.
Yes.
We've come just in time for the Dushuo festival. It's my first time seeing it all together. They weave such beautiful lanterns. The bamboo splints they use are shaved so thin and woven together as finely as thread. And when they move, it's like watching carp swimming in a lotus pond. Brother Young bought me once. Do you remember? You're right.
But
He did. But I like these lanterns more. Though I'm not sure about all the new food. Tofu with white fuzz, fish with strange flavors. Not to say they're bad, but... And the magnolia cellar just now? We also saw one at the city gate this morning. Magnolia flowers. Yes, you could take some back if you like.
well,
I would like some, but I'm worried they'll wilt before they make it back up the mountain. It's better that someone else buys them. They'll last longer that way. Here you are, your tea. As they're talking, a waiter arrives with their tea and 2 plates of delicate pastries. These pastries are a delicacy from the Wu region. I hope you enjoy them. You have pastries from Wu?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. We are the only establishment in all of Wanzhou that sells them. See that ferry out there? Delectable as they are, these pastries don't keep for long. They're best fresh from the boat, or they'd be sent to the next town. They'd lose their flavor before they ever arrived. Wanzhou is all mountains, which makes travel difficult. But there is a ferry just east of our Chun town. Thanks to that, we could use horses and boats to deliver these pastries here while they're still fresh. Wu-style pastries are the finest, though they tend to be very sweet. I do hope they are to your liking.
much appreciated.
Thank you. Now I have to try them. She picks up the nearest one and examines it carefully. Master says I'm from Wu too.
It's very sweet.
And so what's so What the bleh, it's sweet. It's filled with red bean paste. I never tried red bean paste, guys. If you guys ever tried something with red bean paste, I better hope it's good. Because I'm considering getting some. But I'm not nowhere near in a place that sells red bean paste stuff. I did warn you. And before you ask, no, there are no refunds. Of course. Pearl Finch shakes her head with a smile and pushes a cup of clear tea toward Paper Heron. Maybe the tea is there to dilute the sweetness. Drink this. It'll cut the sweetness. Yep. Nothing like bitter tea to cut the sweetness. With this spring's tea leaves not yet ready, the establishment still serves last year's tea. Its leaves are aged, but the brew is light and clear. This moonbeam cake tastes nothing like the ones our brothers bought. By my eye, it seems they've used sticky rice and sesame oil. I wonder how they mix it all together. If I were to sell them, I wouldn't use that rock sugar bean paste. I'd go with something lighter. But what's better? Maybe salt and pepper? I don't know about that. What's going on here?
Finch!
Finch, are you still listening? She's out of focus. The wind picks up, bells chime gently under the building's eaves, and a pair of resting birds fly away, startled.
Heron,
Is it truly your desire to go down the mountain and sell cakes? Of course, but I can't just leave. Just like our brothers, they don't really want to stay on the mountain either, do they? Brother Young, I've watched him practice with his sword. He's amazing. He wields his blades like the heroes in a story. The ones whose swords can cut water. But our techniques focus on regulating chi, concentration, and visualization. The longevity sword cares little for physical sharpness.
That's right.
True. And Brother Zon lives only for poetry and song. When I first came, he'd have his nose in a book of verses all day. All that knowledge, and he still couldn't remember the Grand Master's full title. Convincing him to read Taoist texts for decades would be a real challenge. You've all been so kind to me, stayed with me. How can I possibly leave you behind? You. I can't even. Do you have any idea how many dream of joining the White Horse School to learn the method of longevity? And yet the three of you act as though it's nothing.
But what's the difference?
What's the difference between selling cakes and studying the method? There you go again. She lets out a long, weary sigh. Of course there's a difference. I wonder what it is. What it is. Half-melted snow leaves the ground slick with mud. At times like this, few are willing to brave the streets, save for a couple of tired-looking market stall vendors leaning against the roadside.
I think that...
You know, I reckon we should head to the big fair in Chu County next year. What's the point of staying in Juntown? I'll think about it. What is there to think about? Look around. The town's empty. The only way to make money here is by depending on travelers or getting into some shady business. And the second is not an option for us.
I see.
I know. But my family has lived in Juntown for generations. Leaving isn't as easy as all that. Not like it's any different from me. But you know what they say. A transplanted tree dies, but a relocated person thrives. You... Suddenly, the sound of hooves cuts through their conversation.
May I ask?
Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the Eastport? Eastport? I could tell from your accent that you're not a local. If you're going to the Shu County Fair, then the port is the wrong direction. Is the wrong direction. That's quite alright. I'm not heading to Shu County. Forgive my asking, but why are you going there alone? That place is all but deserted.
Not to worry.
Oh, I'm not traveling alone. I have a friend with me. She forgot the way, see? So I thought I'd come back to ask for directions. Excuse my friend here, miss. What you do and where you travel is none of our business. See the pie fang ahead? Go past it, head straight east, across the woods to the river, then follow it downstream.
Much appreciated.
Thank you kindly. She bows and turns to leave, but stops short, remembering something. One more thing. Does the Eastport have a ferry?
Yes.
It did, once upon a time, but it's been empty for a long while.
I see.
I thought as much. I believe I traveled on one there before. You must be joking. Even in my grandfather's time, the ferries were deserted. When could you have possibly traveled on one? 200 years ago, maybe? 200 years ago, yeah? Okay. Old tricks. The melting snow now lies thick, soaking last year's fallen leaves and branches. Pip slogs ahead through the mud, pulling her mule behind her. I thought the path would be easier once it warmed up. We can take a breath here if you like. Paper Heron takes the mule by the reins and ties it to a dead tree beside the path.
Why is that?
Is there a reason you don't ride your mule? Hearing the question, the mule looks up at the Taoist, then drops its head and continues its search for seeds under the leaves. Because he isn't mine. The cheese stagnation we're seeking stems from somewhere near an old man's house near the East Port. I wasn't able to fully explain what cheese stagnation is to him. Still, he understood what I wanted. Understood I wanted to help and insisted on giving me this mule. But until I finish what I came here to do, I can't accept his reward. Pip affectionately pats the mule's back. So he's not just a mule, he's a smart one. And somehow, an immortal one. Huh. Paper Heron gives a nod of approval and gives the mule several pats of her own. You're right. It's the proper way to do things. So good-sided. Heron, You said you've been to the East Port before. When was that?
I don't remember.
I don't recall exactly, but I know it was very many years ago.
But
But you don't appear to be much older than I am, because she's an immortal.
Well,
And how do you know I haven't used the technique to preserve my youth, Or that I draw power from moonlight, apply storax ash on my face each night, or drink a specially brewed tonic made with the purest water. Really? Which one is it? What's your secret? Haha, none. You're so gullible. I can't help but wonder how your family allows you to travel alone.
Heron,
I think I've rested enough. Time to move. Maybe we can reach town before dark. Pip looks around, her gaze darting between unfamiliar landmarks.
but
I think I'm lost again. Through the woods to the east, right? Which way is east?
Heron,
Heron, is east to our left or right? Compasses need to be made. No matter what. An hour passes. Damn it. We're back where we started, Heron. You don't know the way either? Well, I always followed my seniors. I never had the need to learn how to find the way myself.
well now,
But since
what
we're,
to do?
But since we're looking for chi stagnation, perhaps I can come up with a different solution to help guide
通
us.
幽动微，莫运虚无。
Is this like after the event, maybe, or after the event of the ceiling? But oh wait, honestly, I don't know. Paper Heron opens her palm and blows, her breath gently lifting a paper swallow to the breeze. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's like right after she was released during one of her wandering days, like she actually right after telling. What was her name again? Li? The Yao. That was the cult leader. The way, or the longevity method. Maybe this is one of our travels, I believe. It wobbles in the air for a moment before tilting its head back. I left a trace of chi on it. As long as we're not too far, it should be able to guide us to the stagnant chi. My only hope is that we haven't wandered too far.
but
The swallow circles Paper Heron twice. Yawn again. Then lands on her hair and begins pecking at its wing. Huh? It's never flown that fast before. Pip, did you see which way it went? It seems to be on your head.
Huh?
Oh, on my head? She pauses, then retrieves the paper swallow from her hair, cupping it in her palm. She brings it up to her eye level. The swallow remains still, all previous sign of life absent. After a moment, Paper Heron sighs.
Now.
Alright, I understand. It's no fault of yours, but we need you to find something else. Whispering to the swallow in words Pip cannot understand, she swiftly sketches signs in the air with her index finger before clapping softly. Go! The swallow scans its surroundings, then flaps its wings and drifts toward the brush on the right.
What do you think, eh?
There, not a bad trick, eh? This technique of yours, is it similar to what you did to that bird's knife back at the inn?
That's right.
Good eye. It's just a little trick I picked up. I can teach you if you like. Come to think of it, if we're so busy finding the way there that I failed to ask, why were you finding that man in the first place? And a sneeze? He's a fraud. One that almost fooled me too. He had set up a fortune teller stall at the bridge. He claimed the land was cursed, blaming it for the town's decline. and offered to cleanse the misfortunes in exchange for offerings. At first, I thought for certain he'd know more about cheese stagnation, so I wanted to ask for his advice. But after observing him for 2 days, I realized he was a fraud. He had enough skills to convince the villagers, setting dead leaves spinning in the air, making pebbles float, that sort of thing. But when I confronted him, we'd hardly spoken a few words before he'd drawn his blade.
I see.
But before you fought, did it ever occur to you that you might lose? I wasn't about to stand back and let him swindle those poor people out of their money. Besides, you could only be sure of victory if you fight. Ugh. And what was your plan if you didn't win? I figured someone like you would step in and put things to rights. What if there wasn't anyone? That's true. Paper Heron moves a dead branch out of Pip's path. Thank you. If I'd failed, I'd have retreated. There'd be no shame in losing, but when I'm older and stronger, I would learn and win. Return and win. When I'm around your age, I doubt I'll lose to anyone. My age? That's a lot further away than you might think.
But
I have to say, your strategy of retreating when you can't win is truly a Taoist act. Follow the heart and accept the natural way of things. Pip walks a few steps ahead in silence, eventually speaking with her back still to Paper Heron.
Heron.
That fraud spoke lies, but his words about the town failing, those seem true. The old man who gave me this meal said Chuntown was once a bustling place. Now it's only lively during the big fair in Shu County nearby. Can stagnant chi flow make so many lives go wrong?
perhaps.
Maybe. Plants die, water turns foul, animals leave. It all can happen, but we need to see for ourselves. Many things can change a town's fortune. Ever since I came down the mountain, I've tried to right wrongs. Fight when I see injustice. I've been exposed a few cheats along the way. Pawnbroker Wang forced low prices and exploited the townspeople. I argued with him. Tianxi Li deceived his patients by selling incense ash as elixirs. I called him out. And Zhao, head of the armed escort, let his men bully the merchants, so I fought him too. But nothing seems to have changed. Maybe I just don't know enough yet. If I were like you, or even better than you, that wouldn't change anything. You have a good heart, Pip, and your mind is in the right place. But there are some things one person can do. Great skills can make a dead tree sprout and a flower bloom for 100 years.
But
no one can return to a spring that has already passed. All things flow as they will. Truer words. Paper Heron suddenly tilts her head, listening to something in the near distance. Then she smiles.
never mind.
Forget it. Let's just focus on what's in front of us. Listen, do you hear water? Alright. Alright, I say we're halfway done. So I think it's time for me to take a break for a bit, because supper is here for me. So, or at least I'm gonna make some supper. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Alrighty then, I just returned for a bit. Supper was good. Alright. I guess you don't even want to know why I want to have supper. Well, apricot tree, huh?
Whoa.
Your paper swallow is amazing. Is this really the Eastport? It looks nothing like I remember. It's quite different from the town, too. Frost still clings to the trees near the water, bearing signs of life or greenery ahead. The river moves slowly, cutting its path through stretches of dry grass and sandbars. Near the door of a tall, worn house, an old man with white hair and a beard stares at one of the dead trees. I was just thinking the same thing. What are you? Suddenly, the mule lifts its head and brays. Then, without warning, it charges forward. Get him! Hey, you! Don't be so impatient! Go back? Didn't I tell you to accompany this nice young lady? The mule stops beside the old man. It seems more comfortable here with you. I only want to do the right thing, sir. There's no need to give me anything in return. No. What would an old man like me to do with a mule anyhow? You're a strong, good fellow, aren't you, boy? You'd be wasted with me, don't you think?
I see.
I know. I'll miss you too. But this is for the best. Once, many people passed through here. I made enough to feed you back then. But now, well, I'm sorry. I can't anymore. He gently strokes the mule's ear and sighs. Look at me, going on about a mule. What brings you back so soon? You can rest assured, sir. Help has arrived. This is Paper Heron. I may have lacked the skills to finish what I started, but I'm certain that she will be able to help. Paper Heron smiles at the old man and glances thoughtfully at the dead apricot tree nearby. Seems we've come to the right place. Oh, don't trouble yourselves. The good days are long gone, and they are not coming back. Madam, I apologize for getting you involved in this nonsense. It is not nonsense. There's a strong wind in the air. If you're to stay, please come inside to talk. Ooh. It's not much, but you're welcome here. Allow me to make you some tea. Bright light streams through the window, making the time-worn carvings difficult to see. Inside, the furniture is fine but old, lending the room a solemn air. Alright, while he's making tea, let's speak frankly. Frankly? About what exactly?
Heron.
The old man doesn't understand what's going on. How can he? But we both know this place is suffering from cheese stagnation. On the way here, did you notice anything unusual? Now that you mention it, yes, there were a few oddities on the road. Such as? Let's see. I got woken up by a fight, had my cake stolen by a mule, and spent most of the trip wandering around lost. Quite the peculiar turn of events, wouldn't you say? Not that kind of unusual. I'm talking about the chi flow.
I have a vague memory.
It is true that this was once a busy ferry crossing. Oh my, if you remember that old ferry now. The old man hobbles over with a platter of coarse porcelain bowls filled to the brim with strong tea. He sets them on the table. Its lacquer, worn and patchy since its surface clean.
Please.
This is a local blend. When the ferry thrived, even the people of Wu loved it. It can't quite compare to the fancy teas proper folk prefer now, but it'll certainly quench your thirst.
That's all right.
This will do nicely. Really, I'm not picky. Smiling, she takes a generous sip.
Well,
Oh my, this tea is good. Better than most I've tried. Pip, you really must take a sip. Me? I tried it last time. Pip holds her warm bowl in her hands, but her focus remains anywhere else. She hesitates, then leans forward, looking at her companion across from her.
Heron.
I know you know more than you're letting on. Please, just tell me the truth. Do you think Toontown went downhill because there's something wrong with the chi here? Outside the window, a dead leaf falls in silence.
not quite.
No. No?
Indeed.
The chi here is... Sorry, I just drank tea and somehow they just blocked my airway. The chi here is blocked. That much is certain. But you can't pin a whole town's bad luck on just that. As I said before, there could be many reasons for what's happening here. It could be the shifting of trade roads, or simply by a turning of the human heart.
Well,
In the
everything
end-
has its season.
Yep, everything has its season. Not everything comes from magic and sorcery, nor can they be fixed by them.
Yes.
She's right. I don't understand chi like the two of you seem to. But the new trade routes that open all go through Shu County. So the ferry and town fell silent. That's just how things are. Please excuse her, madam. She's young, and her heart is in the right place. She believes everything must have a reason, a solution. So it's not the chi?
But
I never said it wasn't. Stagnant chi flows do pose a bit of a problem. Paper Heron pauses for a moment, in thought before changing the topic of conversation to a more optimistic motive.
I think...
Spring comes upon a withered tree. True, I cannot bring spring back, but making an old tree bloom again, that I can do. What? It used to be a local custom to plant trees here, back when the ferry still ran. For those returning, the sight of our tree standing guard was how we knew we were home, even before the ferry docked. My family has lived by the ferry for generations. This apricot tree was planted by my ancestors. It's a reminder of home. Many generations have lived under its shade. My grandfather stood under this tree when he sent my father off to work on the water. My father stood under it to see me push off for the first time, and every time we returned home, the tree was the first thing we saw. And now the ferry is dead. Sometimes I think that the ferry, this tree, and I are all too old.
Nice.
If it could bloom again, that would grant this old man his dearest wish. Paper Heron tilts her head in thought, a wry smile forming on her lips. With a small flourish, she conjures a red paper cut May blossom. It drifts down to settle on the worn table. Don't tell me this is my next cutout. Please don't tell me that's my next cutout. It is. It is. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Okay, that's a good arc here. Oh, I'm glad this is the easiest part here, even though I'm missing the cut lines here and there. I guess that's it here. Oh. And there we go. Oh, thank goodness. That was a bit easy. Sorrows of a distant past. Haha. Flashback again. Apricot tree. So this was a memory. 3, 2, 1. Good. Throw the line. Slowly now. Don't hit anything. Where's the tea? I need a hand. The last of the cargo is loaded, and the bustle at the ferry terminal fades into a murmur. Sunset dances and apricot trees shadow on the water, while a white bird glides over its golden surface. This is the place with chi stagnation? It seems normal to me. I was expecting crumbled mountains and barren earth. No wonder masters manage you. You hear only what you want to hear. What you're describing is the chaos of chi when non-Chu awakens. Chi stagnation is entirely different. Ah, yes, that's right. I remember now. A place suffering chi stagnation is effectively sealed shut. Nothing in it changes, grows, or dies, right? Close, but not quite. seal away chi altogether would require a very powerful artifact. Like Master Sword? Oh, Heron, always drawn to the most peculiar things.
But
More often, the life force in such places quietly fades away. You might not notice it at first, but over time, this decay becomes evident. That sounds serious. It could be a major or minor. A mountain might collapse, or a small patch of grass might wither. No one can predict what will happen until the signs appear.
Ah, I see.
So the whole town could suffer a serious disaster, or just... She glances up at the apricot tree she leans against. This apricot tree here might not bloom again?
yes,
Yes. Either way, you should act before any trouble arises. Better to be safe than sorry. From what I can gather, there are traces of Lanchu's last awakening still lingering here. The flow of chi is still partially blocked. It's nothing too serious, but it's hard to rid it for good. It will need cleansing now and then. Really? That's great. I mean, good. Yes, I can help you whenever you come down the mountain.
But
Any thoughts on what you'll be coming down next? When? The older Taoist looks at her, amused.
I think,
I'd say about 200 years from now, give or take a decade.
Heron,
By then, you'll be able to travel on your own. You won't need to follow me.
200 years?
200 years ago, this was wild land. You know, no one lived here. Now it's a port where ferries and traders busy its waters. Who knows what it will be like?
everything we see.
Okay, who knows what it will be like in another 200 years? The waters and fields will remain, but the sights will surely change. A river breeze blows along the river's edge, knocking a few white and pink petals from the branches. Paper Heron catches one, holding it up to examine its dry, yellowed edge. Letting it all fall to the ground, she turns to gaze to the treetop.
200 years.
In 200 years, this tree could grow to be as tall as the May tree at our school,
Perhaps.
if it's lucky. If no axe cuts it down, if no disaster strikes. Or, in 200 years, it could be forgotten. By then. Yep. I thought you'd be disappointed once you learned we're just saving one tree. I made a promise to the old man to help, and I will. Besides, saving a tree is a good thing.
But
But where do we start? The girl stares up at the long barren tree, unsure of how to proceed. I did some investigating on my own. Clearing the chi won't be the only difficulty. There's also an enchantment placed here by an immortal.
I think...
I think this immortal saw the problem and placed the enchantment to clear the chi. Clever, but over 100 years have passed. The enchantment has decayed, letting the chi stagnate once more.
But
how am I supposed to fix an immortal's work?
That's all right.
Not to worry. I know how. You do?
Well,
Intricate as this enchantment may be, it is no immortal skill, just a common ritual from my school. I've seen it many times since I was a youth.
That's right.
Your school? You didn't mention that much about it on the way here. What's it like?
but
It's in Guangzhou, but we keep to ourselves up in the mountains, so you may not have heard of it. It sounds like a nice place to learn and grow your skills, away from the world. Not
all
exactly.
things have their time.
Not exactly. My master once said that in the old days, our seniors often descended the mountain. There's even a tale of a sage asking the head of our school for guidance. But that was long ago. No sect lasts forever. As for the students, they must all be skilled cultivators of chi, like you. Like me? Yes and no. Each of us walked a different path. I was the last to join them, see? And I'd always been a bit of a handful. Still, they all cared for me. Brother Young was impatient and quick-tempered, always training the sword. He didn't quite fit the image of a master. more like a storybook villain. He ventured down the mountain more than anyone, loved meddling in other people's affairs. Brother San spoke, choosing only to read the Taoist texts over and over. He had the appearance of a master, but he loved to lecture and scold people. And when he did speak, his words were often so fancy that sometimes I think even he didn't know what he was talking about. I also had a senior sister at the school. We were the closest.
She
was kind. Master liked her. Whenever there was trouble, we went directly to her. And if Master was going to punish someone, we'd ask her to intervene.
But
She didn't quite fit the image of a master either. The masters in tales are always ill-tempered, but not her. Another river breeze ripples the face of the water, and several dead leaves float down from a bare branch.
Heron.
Paper Heron seems totally lost in the branches of the apricot tree. Sorry. I was lost in thought. Now, this enchantment. It's not one I've ever studied formally, but it's common enough knowledge in the school. It shouldn't prove too difficult. Here we go. Paper Heron puts two fingers together, takes a shallow breath, and releases white chi swirling in her fingertips. Yeah, well.
贯气民宿，沉动开威。
She draws a complex sign in the air, one Pip has never seen before nor understands, then points toward the tree. Now! A clear wind carrying withered grass sweeps over the treetops.
Heron.
It's that it?
That's right.
I know you said it wasn't difficult to fix, but I was hoping there'd be more of a show. Well, as you said, fixing it wasn't hard. Why does everything gotta be a show? Like, you know how people like to do prayers and shamans do over complex body swaying things to overcompensate that I am about to exercise this place, or something like that, you know? I don't mean to make fun of their profession. Sometimes in some shows, games, or other that, there are some like priests, shamans, or anything to do with spirit mediums or anything to do with spirituality or occultism. They always go for over complex, stupendous poses to showcase their massive belief in that they could dispel things. I can't remember what show it was exactly, and I'm pretty sure it's over the top and unnecessary. But people like that. It really says, I believe he can cleanse this place. I believe he can purify this. I believe he can do magic. You know, instead of the sleight of hand. Paper Heron lets out a slightly awkward cough. Pardon me.
but
Despite my efforts, a problem still remains. Things are a little different from what I thought. I'll have to think of another solution. A little different?
about that,
Just a little? The enchantment is indeed from my school, yes, but the way to fix it, I'll have to think on that.
I think
This enchantment is simple but elegant. To fix it, I'll need to guide the chi using the same method employed when it was first cast. But the enchantment is feeble. If I use too much power, I'll destroy it. One wrong move and it's gone. I'll need to be very careful. Wait a moment. Paper Heron pauses mid-cast. She moves closer to the tree and taps its trunk hesitantly.
it
This enchantment feels familiar. It feels like my senior sister's work. That's great. Then it should be easier to solve, right? I'm not sure. Pip looks at Paper Heron, confused, but she doesn't look back. Instead, her gaze is fixed on the seemingly benign tree trunk, lost deep in thought.
I think.
You said you often come down the mountain with your seniors. Perhaps you came here with your senior sister before.
perhaps.
Perhaps that's so. From what you've said, it sounds like you were close.
Indeed.
Yes, we were. Well, since you know the caster so well, you must be familiar with her habits and style. Is she?
I don't remember.
I have little memory of what happened back then. Assuming that this is one of her tales after she was released from the seal, I'm guessing her memory and senses were getting, like, lost. You know, being immortal and all that. It's one of the problems of that. Oh, I see. Pip taps her chin with her forefinger, thinking as she circles twice around the tree.
Heron.
Oh, I have another idea. The ritual of seeing your sisters, so the key is to mimic her style. Wouldn't the easiest way be to ask her? At first I was stuck, so I came to you. But now you're unsure too. The only route left is to find the original caster, but she can't because this was casted 200 years ago. She doesn't know that Paper Heron is the immortal she's talking about. She speaks earnestly, growing more confident with each spoken word.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, we'll likely be gone for a while, meaning we'll miss the spring's blossoming season. But as long as we resolve the chi stagnation, we can come back next year. Finding her might be difficult because she's dead. Why? Is she traveling? In seclusion? It doesn't matter. You're from the same school. You must have a way to reach her. A way to reach her. It is possible, but I never learned how to summon a spirit. Wait, what? Summon a spirit?
You mean to say...
You mean she's no longer with us? I figured she was dead. I figured she wasn't alive. Oh my goodness. Maybe I shouldn't say the word dead. But it's true. What they say, and... thank goodness this might be the last puppet cut I could do. Alright, to chapter 7. The hand she held. I guess we'll figure out what happened. Is that it? What's she gonna say? Paper Heron's senior sister sheathes her sword with practiced ease.
Heron.
Heron, stop staring. It's not a difficult spell. But the way you wove the enchantment was impressive. Can you teach me? You haven't been with us long enough to understand our school's core teachings. Even if you learn the forms, they'd be little more than empty poses. And you'd be unable to cleanse the chi.
I think.
With your natural talent, in 10 years or so, you'll have built a solid enough foundation that weaving this enchantment will come easily.
But
what if I need to use it before then? If such a need arises, come find me, another senior student, or even master himself.
And
if I'm out alone and can't reach anyone? Pearl Finch shakes her head and chuckles. You're just asking questions until I say, give it a try, aren't you? With so many new things to explore, one would think you'd be content enough as it is. Have patience, sister. 10 years is a short time. Follow Master's teachings, and I promise you your time will come. 10 years is a short time. That's over 3,000 morning and evening classes. Over 3,000 recitals of the scripture of the Big Dipper.
you're still young.
A Heron, so young, so patient. 10 years may feel long now, but someday you'll look back and see it all as just a moment because she went immortal. Later, sure, but later isn't here yet. Right now, it's forever away.
Heron.
Master hasn't
In
told
the
you yet.
future.
Okay, but he intends to pass the 2 longevity swords to you. Longevity. Do you know what longevity means? Truly means? Our school's practices already extend our lives to be longer than most. And you, with your natural talent and a mind so ready to grasp our core teachings, are a rarity.
You have more time than any of us.
You must trust me when I say your forever will be longer than any of ours. Only mine? But what about the rest of you? I guess she came to regret it when she did what she did back then.
Heron?
Are you alright? It's my fault. I shouldn't have suggested. Under the apricot tree, Paper Heron opens her eyes, the here and now slowly coming back into puzzling focus. I'm fine, but you seem off. You've been walking circles around me for a while. You haven't moved for some time, just stood there with your eyes closed. Did something remind you of your past? I was thinking about the enchantment, and a memory first surfaced. That's all. I didn't mean to worry you.
I think.
Are you certain you're alright? You seem a little sad. Do I? I was just trying to think of a way to solve our problem here. I wanted to remember something from back then that could help us, but relying on my memory is, well, unreliable at best. But you're right.
Indeed.
Things here remind me of forever ago.
Well now, what to do?
I should think about what kind of person Finch. No, I don't think that would help. I should focus on how she set the enchantment back then. Paper Heron places her palm on the dried trunk and closes her eyes once more. Some things in this world would follow the great cycle of the way, like the turning of the seasons, the gifts of nature, the rise and fall of a town. Other things hold the fastness of the world within their minute form, like the color of apricot flowers, the spring breeze, and a simple spell cast by a hand gesture, like holding a familiar hand. I
found her.
A slight grasp escapes Paper Heron's lip as she reaches within herself to hold that hand. She always wielded arcane techniques with more precision than others. Her natural talent was nothing special. She had to rely only on arcane techniques. She left space for future adjustments to the chi. I could feel it, hidden in plain sight. She was the most reliable one, so she was entrusted with managing the school's affairs. She was also skilled in sensing the flow of chi, a peer of the most observant, most caring kind. Finch, I want to remember more about you. And, of course, this thing. Alright, let's see if I got what it takes. I think I might have messed up on the bottom here. Alright. Give it a moment. I think I might have messed up on the bottom there. I can't reach that bottom. Ah, good enough for me. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, like a flower crown? I think. God, my fingers are hurting just trying to trace that with the mouse. Sorry. Pip stares at a patch of dead grass by her feet, lost in thought. The mule approaches and nibbles at the roots. She strokes its ear, her mind elsewhere. You also think she seems sad, don't you? It's all my fault. When we go back, I'll apologize properly to the elder. It's the least I could do, right?
I think.
In the worst case, we figure another method out somewhere else. A petal falls on the withered grass. As Pip looks up, her eyes widen in disbelief. The sea of dead grass shifts from gray yellow to tender green. And in the center, the dying apricot tree bursts into life. Great clusters of apricot blossoms weigh down the branches, like waterfall of flowers. Petals, light and thin, drift on the gentle breeze like soft snow, vanishing the instant they land. Pip cradles a petal in the palm of her hand. It feels alive, moist, and full.
Oh,
The flowers! A strangeness unlike anything that has come before. Never have there been so many flowers at once. As if all the apricot flowers of the last 200 years have come into bloom at once. Under the tree, Paper Heron rests her hand against the tree's gnarled trunk. Her white jade sword is drawn in her hand, its white chi wrapping around her.
what?
What is this?
What is this?
Yeah, what is this?
This
tree has good fortune. Its chi wasn't fully cut off. See? Once the flow clear, all the life stored over the years bursts forth. Paper Heron gazes up at the tree full of flowers, her expression hidden. It's beautiful.
Heron,
You found a way to fix it?
Not quite.
No, not exactly.
But
I destroyed the old enchantment. You did? Why didn't I think of something so simple? No, I couldn't even see how the chi flowed.
Heron,
Even if the idea had struck me, I wouldn't have known where to start. Heron, you're amazing. You shouldn't doubt yourself. Like I said, the enchantment wasn't complex.
but
It's just this may have been the last thing she left in this world.
you mean to say...
The last thing she left? She blankly parrots the words, her voice absent absent of their original meaning.
it was her.
Yes, this was my sister's work.
Why's that?
And you just destroyed it?
About that.
The enchantment needed mending, reweaving, every 200 years, but there's no one left who knows how. Even if we kept it, it would have faded over time.
Not to worry.
You needn't worry. I used my school's sword to set the chi flow right again. Even without anyone to tend it, there should be no more trouble.
You mean to say...
You mean the chi here will never stagnate again? Exactly. And is the old enchantment gone forever? No trace remains? Petals drift down, landing on Pip's hair and shoulders and in Paper Heron's open hand.
Yes. Nothing at all.
Nothing remains. What a sad thing. Sad way. Alright, here's our last one. 200 springs. Alright, that's my last sip of my tea.
Guys,
Look, the flowers. They're really blooming. This calls for a celebration. I'll head into town and buy some wine for us. The real good stuff. You just wait right here. Don't. What? Wait, please. There's no need to go to all that trouble. He waited all this time for it to bloom, only to take off the moment it does. Can you believe it?
Don't worry.
So what? We have nothing but time ahead. Really? But... Pip lowers her voice to just above a whisper.
But...
But he's nearly 80 years old. Did you say something? Nothing. Never mind. I think the sun will set soon. You're right. We should rest while it's still shining. Paper Heron stretches out on the revived grass, and Pip takes a seat beside her.
Heron,
Where will you go after this?
No idea.
I'm not sure. I've left matters in Guangzhou with a friend, so perhaps it's time I explored somewhere new. And you?
I think...
Maybe I'll go home. I still have a lot to learn. Actually, I slipped away without telling anyone, so you ran away. I suspected as much. You're too young to be out here alone. Your family must be worried about you. Soft blades of grass presses against Paper Heron's fingertips, a sign that they're still growing.
Heron,
I have another question. Go ahead. Have you lived a long time? The things you mentioned on the way here, the Eastport being busy once, they're all from the past. And the story of the immortal in Huanzhou dates back nearly 200 years.
sorry.
I'm sorry. It's alright if you don't want to talk about it. Just forget I asked. The wind brushes against Paper Heron's hair. That's quite alright.
You're certainly sharp.
Yes, it's true. Not much gets past you.
But
But I didn't intend to. It's hard to explain. Just think of me like the old man's tree. I too have suffered a long illness. What does it feel like to live for so long? Well, it doesn't feel so special. When you're ill for a long time, you almost forget what it's like to be well.
Why's that?
Why call it an illness? Many people dream of living long lives. Even in stories, that's what the Taoists thought. You shouldn't believe everything you read in stories. And from what books, pray tell, did you find this information? Legend of the Gatine, The White Horse Immortal, A Tale of Medicine, and 3 Years of Strange Dreams, a collection. So Legend of the Gatane.
I have a vague memory.
So the Legend of the Gatane is still popular, even after 200 years, eh? I remember a story about a mortal seeking the way from the Gatane clan. He descends the mountain, only to discover that 1,000 years have passed. Those stories talk of immortals desiring the mortal world, or mortals yearning for the immortal realm. At their core, they describe what one cannot attain. My senior sister once said that, as a person ages, time seems to speed up. I didn't argue then, but deep down, I disagreed. When you're young, the blooming and fading of flowers marks its season. That time doesn't change. Even decades later, flowers still bloom, seasons still pass, everything feels just as it did. But now, I see she was right. The first 10 years feel slow, but the next 10 are easier to endure.
All things pass in time.
After that, the days just pass, one after another. Pip gazes at the sky. I don't quite understand. I'll be 17 soon. So for me, this is the 17th spring, so you are 16. But you'll be turning 17. Wow, she is that young.
How many springs have you seen?
Paper Heron. How many springs?
I don't remember.
You certainly ask tricky questions. I bet the mule knows. Not far away, the mule lifts its head, braying and running off as if it spots something. I'll go get it.
We're in no hurry.
No need to rush, eh? It won't get far.
But
It likely knows this area better than us. It'll come back if it wishes it. No, I made a promise. I have to keep it. What promise? When we meet today, I said I would help you anytime you need it. You needed it. I wasn't sure how or when I would give it, but at the very least, I could fetch your mule.
My mule?
That's how she gets her mule. She looks up, surprised, propping herself on her elbow to better see Pip.
yes, that's right.
The mule should go to the one who fixed the chi flow. No, the one who saved the tree. So it belongs to you now. Well, I suppose it'll give me a companion of my travels. He's a slow thing, but not as though you're in a hurry. The sound of the mule's steps grows quieter with each passing second. I should go check on it.
I'll be right back.
You stay here, alright? I'll be right back.
Best be quick then.
Sure, you better be quick. Paper Heron lays her head back down. Again, this might be a good thumbnail as well, but I'm not sure it's gonna extend backwards. Or zoom out. The rustling of the grass quiets, and the rays of sunlight feel warm on her skin. It's not long before she closes her eyes and drifts off to sleep. 17. The year I went down the mountain with Finch. I was 17 then too, I think. Now that's a better thumbnail if I see one. Alright. A soft rustle from the bush rouses her attention. You're back? Where's Pip? She pats the mule's neck affectionately. Oh, there's the mule. The mule ignores her instead, shaking its ears and walking over to the tree to munch on the new grass. I think the mule looks good with it as well. That's how they mate. Good timing. You can help me think.
How many springs?
How many springs have I seen? How many springs have I seen? The same spring breeze blows, the same vitalized grass sways, and the mule gives no answer. Is it 200 springs? 20? 1? Or has she lost all her springs?
I see.
Master, I thought long and hard on the matter yesterday. Please don't be too harsh with her. We will all leave one day.
In the future.
And when she does, she will walk a long, lonely road.
Don't make her loneliness any heavier to bear.
So she was a candidate and was chosen right away. And that's the end of that. Alright. So, you know what this means, right? I believe it's time to check out the challenges as well. We still got to do the survey as well. But, I'm going to take a break for a bit to give this thing a rest. So, be right back. Okay, got back here. So, it's time for us to learn what she could do. Well, mostly. I've already read her skills, but I haven't fully read her skills when we were doing the event questing. Alright, so, it looks like it's time for us to use her. So, she has DPS and Inspiration. Inheritance, whatever that means. So, listen to this. So, her buff, let's read the, Reader of Chi. Everything in the world is Chi, both clear and obscure, auspicious and ominous, demanding careful attention. It's a mass buff. Gains 2 stacks of Valley Wind, which, at the start of the round, Paper Heron consumes 1 stack of Valley Wind and 2 Eureka to grant damage dealt. So let's see. It grants Auspicious Wind. Let's see, Auspicious Wind. Incantation Might plus 20%. Damage bonus plus 20, which is pretty good. To all allies for 2 rounds. It consumes 2 Eureka to grant damage dealt 30%. Holy crap. So that's cool enough. And that's her main attack here. Alright. The legendary techniques of an immortal. Ever-changing and innumerable. All to make it mass attack deals 500 reality damage if it's plus 3. Reality damage to 2 enemies. After attacking, it consumes 2 Eureka to grant attack instance plus 1 to impromptu incantation. So in other words, we get extra movement. So, a Papercraft Legion. Cut paper into warriors, summoning celestial commanders. Clouds rise like fortresses, invoking the mysteries of the heavens. Mass attack gains 2 Eureka, deals 750% reality damage to all enemies. Each Eureka Paper Heron has, this attack gains Ultimate Might, plus 15. After attacking, grants 8 points of inspiration. Okay. Glimpse of the Bowel. Alright, I think we're good. Alright. Let's see what we can do with these.
Very well. Let me try my hand.
Так ярко и тепло. Как your back.
I cannot wait for the music of this event to come through. Let's see what we can do. So, I guess we'll move to the above.
An interesting one.
Attack.
Let me think on it.
Easy lah. Thunder to me.
And that's that. Rise.
that's the impromptu. That's cool. I think we need more of impromptu than anything else, to be honest.
That seems dangerous. Так ярко и тепло. Don't take a wrong step.
Okay, so I'm gonna move this here.
Ah, an interesting one.
Or maybe
Let me
Must.
think on it.
天道必反，其势好还。
let me help, please.
Concentrate and
So
visualize.
it builds up impromptu and does the damage for us. I'm so glad. Okay, I want to see the ultimate before. Alright, let's... Oh, damn, monster did it again. Alright, let's reduce the speed a bit, because I want to see her ultimate here.
Don't take a wrong step.
Right after she casts her ultimate. I took space. Alright, let's see. So this is the Paper Legion.
Such is the way.
Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do all
Let me think.
Hold your breath.
Heaven and earth are one within me.
And this is actually my first time seeing her ultimate here. Oh my goodness. That's cool. That's cool. Alright, let's do it.
And that's that.
Так ярко и тепло.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, easy now.
I don't even need... I don't think I have any need of shields
It's
or
got your
health.
back.
For health in general.
Так ярко и тепло.
Alright, I think I can show... I think I can just shovel them back up here, maybe. See what I can work with. Alright. Guess we'll... do this, do that.
Easy lah.
Ah, and let me think on it.
Healing too? I just want more points in the impromptu.
Thunder Talisman, scientific version. Crickets and fireworks.
从幽的微，
It's
莫
gonna be a
令虚无
long。fight.
Rise.
I smell the scent of
We're
winter.
5 minutes into the fight here already. The impromptu is what decides it. That's what's for sure. I have 2 teams here.
Don't take a wrong
Korea
step.
might need to be pulled too, but
It's got your
I
back.
do like Serena's ability to give me shields. Like really, I mean, give me shields. More than anything, to be honest. Alright, let's see. Let's see. What do I want to do? That.
Ah, an interesting one.
No worries.
Let's see. Guess
Relax.
we'll buff
Copy
this.
that.
Ah, what a bloom.
Thank you for your cooperation. I smell the scent of mint oil.
Is we done? Bingo! And that fight is done. Oh, damn it, there's extra ones. Oh, come on. I thought we were
Так
done already.
ярко и тепло.
I thought we'd be
It's
done.
got your back.
Oh my goodness. Alright. Let's see.
Chocolate.
We need some peaceful moments.
Oh,
Relax.
I'll do that.
天道必反，其势好還。
I never actually saw this one.
盞燈時明時暗，真
I
係
forgot that she is a ghost hunter.
驚啊！
Oh, wait.
去是我去，是我要放的。Please,
Oh,
don't
come on.
resist.
Finish them off, please. Come on. And... Yo, right. Hey, yo.
Так ярко и тепло.
Alright.
It's got your back.
That's good enough for me, I think.
Easy lah. Thunder.
Such is the way.
Okay. Never mind.
Or maybe take a deep breath. Thunder! To me! Даже далеко в космосе. Все равно здесь, со мной.
Heaven and earth are one within me.
I think that's how you finish this survey.
But only for an instant.
With a pot shot from the improv. That's good.
They are much naughtier than the Foundation's kids.
Alright, so that's it for Spring Comes Slowly, and that's Heron's thing. Now, we still got 24 days left until the new character comes out, and a lot of new things as well. There are a few things I want to explore, like, for example, there's Muse's Arcade, and another story that is out already. An anecdote, I like to say. And this anecdote comes from I guess you could say I don't know if we call him a mythological beast, but he is, I don't know, avian about it. But I think what I'm gonna do before I end the video is I'm gonna show you what I did, because before the video was out, I was attempting to pull for Paper Heron again. I had about 30 pulls. Technically 40 now. I think it was. Yeah, I think I had 30. And I managed to pull 2 6-star characters. So I'll show you this little quick clip of that, and we'll go from here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start on trying to pull for Paper Heron again. Now this time I only got 2 tries, and I'm hoping I get her. If I do... hopefully I did. I'm not sure how much I did. I'm not even sure how long I did it for. I had, what, 5? This is the 6th or the 7th? I can't remember. No. Oh, shit. Okay, I was just randomly pulling things here and there. I thought I got 2 6-stars already. So one of them was Shamune. And this, hopefully this will be Paper Heron? Maybe? Maybe? Alright. Hopefully it is. I got her. I have her. I have her, ladies and gentlemen. I have obtained Paper Heron. This should be like this with any limited time character. This should be it.
That was quite a spin. Well now, would you look at you? Time truly does gallop like a wild horse, eh? I am Paper Heron, humble Taoist, wanderer, and very glad to make your acquaintance.
I've liked her, and she's cool. All right. Now that I have tamed her, let me tell you how much I pulled. I remember having, I don't even remember how much I pulled there. 5. I had 5. Let's call it 50 pulls. If you count it by one little unilogs, then I had pulled 50 times when I first started recording the Spring's Unending event. And this morning, I have pulled 30. So technically, I have pulled about 80 pulls. I'm going to have to learn to save up my pulls, because I'm not sure which version it's going to come out with. I'm probably going to skip the other guy. I am assuming it is going to be Herons. I forget how to pronounce his name. But yeah, it's the guy with the turning leaves into bladed leaves, which is weird. So, I'll get back to you right away on this, and we'll go from here. And that's it. That is how I got Paper Heron. Now that she's on my team, I'm very happy, and I'm gonna have to go crazy on building her. Unfortunately for me, I don't want to spend that much to try to build her completely, because I do like her abilities. It's just the fact that, you know, how gacha games are. You gamble a lot, you spend it all to try to get the character you need and a lot want here. And most of the chances are very, very 50-50 slim, you know? Sometimes you get it, sometimes you will never get it. But you'll get something else, maybe. And one of them, I got Chamonix again. And he's the, I guess I got him second time now. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So, thank you all for watching this video. And I really hope you did enjoy the video. If you did enjoy the video, please click the like button. Comments if you enjoyed the video as well. I just want to test my OBS's pause here, so just want to thank. And like the video, comments if you have anything to say about this story so far, and again, if you wish to support my channel, please be sure to click the subscribe button if you are new to the channel, and the notification bell if you want to be notified when I post my videos or when I post something on YouTube only. But mostly I think I'll post something on my Blue Sky. And only Blue Sky. So, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And I think it's going to be long before we get to see to slay a target. Or is it 3 days now? 3 days, wow. Then, I believe in 11 days, we're going to have a rerun of Showdown in Chinatown. I remember that event, and it was awesome. I loved every single moment of it. And I hope you guys really enjoyed that one too, because unfortunately, this was where my problem with my PC said, oh, I recorded this, but it lagged, it bugged, and it wouldn't show you the full boss fight, and I had to do it all over again. Even the cutscene, even the dialogue options as well. It was so good, but it froze on that moment upon defeating, or at least not defeating the boss or anything really. It was like way before the fight started, or was it as soon as I defeated her, the dialogue just paused on the beginning of it, and it was like 12 minutes of waste. I mean, I'm learning my OBS is doing, frankly, being janky. So, I'm rambling on too much. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the new video. Maybe in 3 days, I will do To Slay a Tiger. I think that's the quest called, but there are also... Yeah, I think I'll explore Musei's Arcade, which might be short, maybe just explore. But I think I'll do that off-point. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then in a new video. Bye!